talking about with the softball shit.
That's why I need to holler at him. He said he was coming down too. He said he took off today to come down too. So they all supposed to be here. We can talk about that. Talk about this and talk about that and talk about this.
You ready? Here.
Yep. Am my music playing? Music, please.
Fine looking, you don't know me, man. Who you talking to anyway? Better get on before you get jumped on. Hey, fine looking, you don't know me, man.
How
Who you
your
talking
bird,
to
man?
anyway? Better get on before you get jumped on.
Okay. All prayers, you know what I'm saying? Well, it is Mother's Day.
Hey, fine looking, you don't know me, man. Who you talking to anyway? Better get on before you get jumped on. Hey, fine looking, you don't know me, man. Who you talking to anyway?
That's what's up. Shout out to all the real mothers. Yep. All the real mothers. Anybody can give birth to a child, but to be their mother, that's something else. You know what I'm saying?
Then, you know, as a father, I know it ain't easy, so I know it ain't easy as a mother, you know what I'm saying? No matter what type of bullshit you have to go through, being involved in, so on and so forth, but we all going through something to get to something, so ain't no point in complaining, just do it.
Right, fair, man. I'm just happy to be alive, man, for another Mother's Day, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not a mother. Shout out to my mother, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the mothers out there, man. I'm being dead serious right now.
Yeah. Shout out Shorty Beautiful.
You know, hey, a lot of these mothers, man, y'all, you know, y'all out there doing y'all thing for real, man. So, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all the real mothers out there.
And even the deadbeat mamas. Hopefully y'all see something today that make you want to become more of a mother to your child.
Amen on that one. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the young ladies who lost their mother. You know what I'm saying? Happy Heavenly Mother's Day to all y'all mothers out there. You know what I'm saying? To all the ladies. Or men who lost their mothers, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a few out there. I know several people myself who lost their parents, you know what I mean? Mother and father. So
for sure.
shout out to them, Heavenly, from us here at Hustle Different. You know what I mean? Straight up.
That's the only hustle you can't make different. Loving your mama.
That's it. And like you say, fix it with your mama, man.
Yeah,
Fix it with your mama, man. Fix it with your mama.
I ran into them boys last night from Stronger Than Ever, too.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to them.
Shout out Stronger Than Ever, man. Them my guys,
Rooster,
man.
Red Rooster and his,
Yes,
and
sir.
his
Yes,
guys.
sir.
I'm
Yes,
gonna pop up. I'm gonna pop out on them one day.
Yeah, we said we was gonna get together. They here on Tuesdays. You know, we be down here recording with
Yeah,
Rosewood.
Tuesday from 5
You
to
should come
7.
down just one Tuesday evening, man. We be here.
Oh, y'all do?
We get here at 6, but we be in the back. You know what
I didn't know y'all do that.
Yeah, 6 to 8.
What, every week? Y'all just start
While
doing
we doing the cipher thing. This,
Oh,
you know what I'm
okay,
saying? That's
gotcha,
when we
gotcha.
record.
each bar, each verse,
thing.
I mean.
Yep. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get anonymous. Like I said, we know some things going on right now. Anonymous.
I mean, it is that, too. I mean, but, I mean, I'm not going to say nothing. That's the best way for me to be at this point in time. That's pretty. Motherfucking pirate. The motherfucking pirate.
Jamaican rum, man.
I mean, I think a lot of times when it comes to music, you know, like every artist is different. Every process of being an artist is different. So, you know, some people can do certain things that other people can't. Some people put way more thought into things than other people do. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
To some, it mean a lot more than just pop, 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 pop. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a
So
process.
I think that's where I think that's the interesting part with music. But I think it's also interesting because you're dealing with individuals also. You know what I mean? And individuals work in their own ways. You can't expect a person to work the way you want them to work because you working it. Or whatever it may be. You get what I'm saying? Just like when we was doing the movie. We had to be at a certain time on a certain time and a certain day for our scenes, right?
Right.
But some days nigga might not have felt like Mike. Some people may not be able to even invest in what Mike is. What?
I didn't know you brought that too, man.
Yeah, I did. I mean, bring something. I ain't bring no grass today, so.
Damn, I almost brought some grass. I ain't bring no grass myself.
I'm sure thinking myself like somebody gonna have some grass.
Somebody is. But yeah, man. I just look at it like you said, the creative process is different for everybody, man. So, but yeah, everybody, man, I want y'all to tune in, man. We had a Sunday Cipher, man. Anybody out there who rhyme, if you know somebody who rhyme, you know somebody who sing, we do the Sunday Cipher R&B edition. Man, y'all come on out, man. Come down to Hustle Different, man. Give us a holler. Get you on there, man. My man, Rosewood Beats, Rosewood Media. He supplies the beats and he does shoot all the video footage. If y'all want to see some of his work, y'all can check out Heat, Sauce Game, Santone. He shot that. See, you want to check it out?
Well, I'm liking the way
out.
they did the label because it's like the P and the L don't go there, but it's also like an old scroll script.
Right.
That's dope.
But yeah, man, we are here. It's after 5.
Yet before 7.
Yep, before 7 on a Sunday. You hear it, Hustle Different. Got your boy Dave Gray, the QB, everybody's second favorite light skinned homie. Congratulations. It always pop up when we do this. Congratulations to our girl. She's Shantae the Rhymes of Death in that brick and mortar case. So what?
Hey, them motherfuckers. So
Y'all
good.
go check her out, man. We're going to be out there. We're going to be live. Y'all will see me there live. Probably one day this week. Coming up, I'm going to shoot out there and holler at her, man. I know what it tastes like. We've had it plenty of times on here.
It's the scenery. Like, you got to see it on the weekend. I'm going to be honest with you. You got to be there on the weekend.
Okay.
Or if you go out there during the week, you want to go, which you only will go after you get off work anyway. But it's like, that environment is different. It's like being in one of them TV shows. You know what I'm talking about? Like you know how they show the overcast, like the camera shot coming in over the neighborhood. It's like just this like perfect little neighborhood.
That's where she at.
That's where it looked just like that. They got their own lakes. They got their own everything out there.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I mean, be careful. I will say that. It's a lot of upside down pineapples out there. You might get recruited. No, I'm serious.
Upside down pineapples
a
out
lot
there,
of
bro.
them. I'm talking about on the front door of a $1.2 million house. Like, damn, y'all get down like that? Like, yeah, they probably got a what's that one movie called? The Gray Area? What's that shit called?
So here, for all my people who don't know, here we going there.
All right.
What does an upside pineapple mean? Upside down pineapple mean on your door?
Or in your decorations, or on your clothes, or.
What does an upside down pineapple mean for those who don't?
I mean, that's a swinger symbol. All right, bro, be safe.
All right, big O.
Y'all be safe.
That's a symbol for
Let's go Celtics.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
That's a symbol for swingers.
The upside down pineapple.
Upside down pineapple. So if you on a cruise and you see it on somebody's door, and you on that type of time, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, and then let's just say, for example, you see an upside down pineapple and an ace of spades. That means they only swing with black people.
What?
Yeah.
So it's a whole swingers language code.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's no different than gangbanging. They don't want nobody to know what they doing though. All the time. If you don't know, you don't know.
An upside down pineapple.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now you thinking about the times you may have seen one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Tell me.
Damn. Okay. I know I heard about them.
I mean, it's all kind of symbols. It's all kind of symbols in that shit.
You said the upside down and the ace of spades mean they only swing with black. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Or it might be a female with her husband, she might have on a necklace that's a spade. That's her saying like she only fuck with black dudes outside her husband. Don't ask me how I know.
That was my next question.
I'd seen it coming. I seen it
You know an
coming.
awful lot about this, buddy.
I mean, I have lived a fruitful life.
You know an awful lot about pineapples.
I mean, like I said, I have lived a fruitful life.
Now, when you was in the service, is it universal or do they have their own?
I mean, it's universal. I mean, normally if you see an upside down pineapple, that's a couple. Like they already, it's like they married or they together or whatever their situation may be.
That's just what they do.
Just what they do. And then, like, you know, a free ringing motherfucker gonna be a free ringing. They gonna just do what they want to do.
Now, first time I heard it was a cruise.
Yeah, they do it on. I mean, it ain't just a cruise for that. I mean, there are cruises where that shit go down the whole time you there. For real.
How
Like,
you know about that?
I mean, I ain't never been on no cruise, but like just meet the shit that I be interested in, like my visual, my reading, shit like that. I just pick up shit from that.
You hear about shit?
No, it ain't necessarily hear about shit, but like with the upside down pineapple thing. Like the first time I ever saw it was probably 10 years ago.
Okay. Oh, this shit been around.
Yeah, matter of fact, it was at a work function in Atlanta.
They had on their hotel room door or something?
And it was my execs. Like, and they motherfucker getting loose. They got the door open. I'm telling you, taco meat out. Meat out. And the door open.
Not the meat out with the door open.
But it was like...
That's crazy. Like,
But
it's
you know,
crazy
like
work
you
there.
meet people and then they explain to you as you... You know what I mean? Like you got to think. So, like, at this meeting, it was like motherfuckers from all over the country, different states. All these different offices, huh?
You said taco meat out and meat out.
Yeah.
And the door open.
Open. I'm talking about, you know how you got the door lock thing? You know,
It's open like you can join at any time.
You know, you can you can open it.
Where it pop. Yeah.
Where it just keep the door open.
Right.
Or you could turn that motherfucker up straight and then hold the door open like this. Opposed to like this.
Right.
That motherfucker was like this. With a
Okay,
pine,
so
with a pineapple instant on that motherfucker. I'm like, what the fuck do that mean? I mean, they need to smell good. The girl out, she's like, nah, that's da. I'm like, what? Yeah, y'all don't do that where you live at. Like, I don't live in that type of environment. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was interesting though. And then as time go on, you see shit, curious. See shit, curious.
What's up, Dev? I see you out there, Dev. But yeah, that's crazy, bro.
It's crazy work out here, man.
That's crazy though. I heard about it, but I didn't know that was a straight up real thing.
But I think when you,
I know swinging is a real thing, but I didn't know.
very true. They got swingers. They got whole hotels you can go to, and y'all get y'all issue off.
Cause I heard it's like adult only cruises, and they be going down.
Why wouldn't it?
Why wouldn't?
I mean, it ain't nothing. Ain't no different than the Black Beach weekend.
What if you just want to go on a nice cruise with your lady, man? You ain't.
I mean, you pick the right cruise then. Make sure you pick the right cruise.
But you say they don't.
I mean, if you go on something that got adults only, right?
See, when I
And
see
you
that,
just
I
hold on,
think
wait,
like chilling, no kids running around.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it always depends. Like even on a cruise, that motherfucker a city on the water, so it's probably a section somewhere where these motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
You know what
Like
I'm
in the
saying?
city,
That's
like
all.
you said.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's like whatever part you want to be invested in, you invest in it. If you don't, then you don't. Just like they got all inclusive resorts. They got a party side and a regular side. Party side popping all day, all night. You can't be mad you see a swinging dick around that motherfucker. Because you signed up for it. If you don't like this shit, take your ass to the other side.
Wow.
Yeah.
That could get ugly though.
I mean, it can. But it was a while ago. I read this. It was this nigga tweet, right? He was talking about how him and his girl went to Florida and they had talked about like going to a swingers club, right? So they go to a swingers club together. So they signed up for this together. Go to the swingers club based off dude's story, and I'm interpreting based off of my own language. They go in there. Him and his girl knocked down a light skinned chick. He loving life. He said he bust like 2 nuts and he chilling out. And they just fucking with each other. He said this big 6'6" nigga walked in with a towel. 6'6" black and bald head. And dropped the towel like, can I join? And he like, hell no. The nigga must have had a fire hydrant or something. You know what I mean? He's like, hell no. She said, I want to try it. So he can't say no.
Because he got hit.
He signed up for it. Push come to shove, he started doing these girls dirty. To where the nigga end up going over there. She calling his name while dude smashing her. He end up going over there and like rubbing her head like, baby, it's going to be okay. And dude pounding her ass.
What the fuck?
Right? So I guess the trip over, he like, Monday morning, I want some ass. His girl was like, nah, I'm tired from the weekend.
You gonna blow it down.
You know, but you signed up for that. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I think in Chase's verse, he say, you want what you see other people with, but you don't know what come with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
true.
freaky tales sound great until
What come along with
you
that?
receiving it in a way you didn't conceptualize. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah, especially when the heart is involved. You know what I mean? Like, fuck around, kill somebody depending on the person.
Right, they say that that's probably one of the, a nigga will kill you over embarrassing him in front of his girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or attempting to
Depending on
embarrass
what
him.
type of man he is and what type of situation.
That's what I say. He will. Not saying all of them, but
Yeah.
hey, a nigga will kill you.
I mean, something you
You
can get
embarrass
hurt
him in
touching.
front
You
of
can
his
get
girl.
hurt touching the nigga girl the wrong way.
What is the right way to touch another nigga girl though?
I mean, it all depends. Just like if I see your wife, I give her a hug, but
Right.
it ain't the wrong kind of hug either.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right, but see, I wouldn't consider that you being just a nigga though.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's
and I think
different.
that's a part of it also. You know what I mean?
Who you
like
are.
because if you see a nigga walk in with a gal and you grab her ass, you already know what you're doing. Unless y'all got relevance with each other.
Right.
And then what? You know what I mean? Like in this day and age, she might have been on the nigga house yesterday at the barbecue. Got a quick one off in the bathroom.
Real quick, like.
And left. Didn't talk to him no more. He see your ass with her like, damn, baby, what's up? What's up with that ass? Now what?
So, check this out. I have a question for you. When you was overseas, did you see motherfuckers falling in love with girls that they wasn't gonna be able to have? You know what I mean? Like, I was only at
I knew
port.
this nigga named Christmas. This nigga married a hooker.
Run that back.
He married a hooker. Like overseas in Germany, a whorehouse is legal. Like you can just like walking in here to get some studio time. You walk in this motherfucker and they sitting at the doors like they own podcast. You can tell what type of chick. I'm serious. You can tell what type of chick she is by how her room decorated. They stay at that motherfucker for like 4 or 5 days a week. Then they go home to their regular life. Come back. They get tested every week. It's like law. It's legal. That's why the red light district is what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, like, it's this place called the Taj Mahal that was in Frankfurt. This motherfucker literally looked like the rush hour shit. Where it was like the steps and them pretty bitches sitting. And I'm talking about, you go through that motherfucker, you go around the world, North America, South America. That's how it's sectioned off. So if you want a Chinese bitch, you gonna go to China or Japan or Cambodia or Eastern Seaboard, whatever you know what I mean. You want an African, you gonna go down there and find you a Zulu bitch.
But here, go back to your boy Christmas, man.
I mean, well, he met her. I guess with him it was more. He always went to her to have sex.
Was y'all at port?
I wasn't in the Navy.
No, I'm saying like stationed. Yeah, was y'all stationed there?
We were stationed in Germany.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Was y'all stationed there?
Okay, so we were stationed in a place called Wackenheim, right?
Okay.
And then the closest big city is Mainz. So we like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from Frankfurt. On the Autobahn, it's like 45 minutes though. So in Mainz, it's the big city. And then Wiesbaden is across the bridge, just like St. Louis and East St. Louis, and Wiesbaden, the Diamond District of Germany. So it's money down here. So like let's just say you ain't got a car, and you hopped on the bus. Get on the bus, it's gonna take you straight to the Bahnhof, which is the train station. You get off at the train station, you cross the street, make a right, and it's a kebab stand and a whorehouse. And she worked in the whorehouse. You know what I mean? So like every day you can go do what you want to do, but especially when motherfuckers get paid, you see them be taking her to the fucking French duck place to eat. They eating good, like her off days and shit. She in the barracks and shit with him. Then next thing you know, he got married to her. She was a tall Chinese like chick, Asian of some sort. Crazy.
So question, so if you married somebody and then you say your tour over, are they considered a citizen or do you gotta go through some stuff?
I mean, they're a citizen, yeah.
You can bring them on home?
Better be ready. Better be ready.
What you
I
mean?
almost did that. But I wasn't getting married over there. But I had a girl, she was gonna come back home with me.
Wait a minute.
That's the truth.
Straight up cool. How long were you over there?
In Germany, 4 years and some change.
Yeah, so you actually
2 years I wasn't in the army though. I was only over there for 2 years in the army. I had got put out already.
But you stayed?
Yeah. I didn't want to come back to this motherfucker.
What was you doing?
Hustling and working at the clubs.
See, this the side we don't get to hear about.
That's what it was. Hustling. Just no different than home. Just people just look different.
For
Talk
2
different.
years you was out there banging? Damn. Y'all heard it right here, exclusive.
That shit was fun though. That shit went fast too, just like Kings Highway and Lily.
Excuse me.
Only
So
difference.
is it set up the same way? You got sets, you know what I mean? Sets over there? I mean,
No. I mean, you got like your areas where if you want some weed, you're going to go to the park where all the Africans at. You want some hash, you're going to go where the Africans and the Turks at. It's no different, but it ain't like niggas was standing on the corner. They was at the park though, playing soccer. Motherfucker come out the game and sell you a bag of weed. I'm serious.
straight up.
Hell yeah. I mean, and then you go to the club, it was like, you look for a motherfucker like me, Coach.
There he is, Coach in the building,
bro?
baby. Look at Coach coming here.
Hey, buddy. What's up? What's up, champ? What's up?
Coach coming in here, looking good, looking good. What's up, Coach? What's happening?
You got some grass? Please, I left mine at home. No, but like
Coach in the building.
I mean, it was like this the shit that like attracted me. Like when I first got there, right? So like in the military, when you first go somewhere, somebody gonna show you around. You know what I mean? Like you really ain't supposed to go nowhere by yourself because you're in a foreign country. So nigga I met, he was from Miami, had a mouth full of goals like I did at the time. You know what I mean? We hit it off. He took me to the whorehouse the first time. I'm like, man, I don't pay for no pussy. He's like, nah, bro, you just got to do it one time. Like, brother, I don't pay for no pussy. He's like, you ain't even paying. I'm paying. Man, I do not pay for no pussy. Like, and I stood on that. You know what I mean? He like, bro, you got to do it just so you can see what it is. Like, you don't want to go home and didn't even say you experienced it. Like, all right, fuck it. So we walk in. It was weird. Like, the the door like a meat, like the door at the meat house, that big plastic door that's all scratched up and shit. Look just like that. Open that motherfucker, it's like herbal essence in that motherfucker, and all kind of women with nothing barely on. You got whips and chains in this room. She got pink fluffy shit in this room. She got all kind of Bob Marley shit in that room. Smell like weed. This bitch over here look like she in the goth metal, and it's just all you got. These one
you can choose.
you got these bitches look like she from Texas and she speak German. You pick what you want, literally.
Choose your preference.
I think it was like $25 for some head, like $40 for some pussy.
There you go.
Some shit like that.
It's a good deal.
You know what I mean? So,
He said it's a good deal.
I mean, I went in. I'm like,
Price
nah,
is
all
now
right.
inflated.
I went in to get some head. She tried to put a rubber on. I'm like, this, give me my money. No, fuck this.
You said
I ain't never got my dick sucked with a rubber on. Fuck, what's the waste of time?
That's crazy. What are you drinking on right now?
Hey,
he ain't drinking that, but them little Caymans.
Just, you got a cup?
They downstairs. You gotta grab one.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, just getting there and seeing that part was interesting. And then it was like my first weekend, niggas was barbecuing. So they're like, who gonna go get the beer? Who gonna go get the meat? Who gonna go get this? And it was like, man, these motherfuckers got fucking missions. Like, I guess I am in the army though. You know what I mean? Like, so one nigga, he go get the beer. Now, at one point in time, I went with each one of these people. That's how I know. The nigga go get the beer. The beer come in rectangle cases like the basketball courts we had as a kids. The milk crate. But they hold like 24. And they big ass bottles like this big that the Friars make. Motherfuckers with the brown robe on, with hair missing in the middle. They all make that shit. You go down there, buy, you save all your bottles, take your money back. You take the bottles back, get some of your money back. And then we go get meat. You literally going to the meat farm. It ain't like a grocery store.
He's in Mexico?
No, this is in Germany.
Oh, Germany, yeah. Okay.
It's like you go to the meat market.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this was this cow this morning, just so you know what the meat look like, what cut you want. Like, what? We needed two. But it was just shit like that, and just seeing like, damn, this motherfucker real clean. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just interesting to see that shit. And then on a Saturday morning to go shopping, he was like, yeah, we gonna go down here and get the vegetables and shit for the barbecue. Like, what? So everything is downtown. Like, you walk everywhere, all the clothing stores. It was weird because Polo, I can go get a Polo Sport for $30.
Thank you, man.
Right? I can get the whole outfit for.
You want something?
I can get the whole outfit for damn near less than $150. Polo. I take that back. I'm sorry. That was Gucci. I get a whole jogging suit for less than damn near $150 or less. Rockaware jeans was $385. It's the opposite.
Shit.
No.
Yeah, the hip hop shit was different, wasn't it?
It's the opposite. What we pay for a Benz.
They cheap, cause that's what they make. It's like American car. I got you.
They pay a Cutlass price. Just like I went over there with a Firebird, sold the Firebird for like 80 bands to this German dude, and turned around and bought a 985i. They don't even sell them in America.
The Firebird car? The old Firebird?
Yeah, it was a 90.
Yeah.
98.
Firebird, that was like, what was that brand?
Pontiac.
Yeah. But they love American cars.
Yeah.
Like we love fucking they cars.
Yeah,
a fucking bus was a Benz, nigga. Yes, sir. A bus was a Benz. Can you think about that?
Yeah, we talk. Yep. Because the number one selling car in Japan was the Ford Taurus. Because it's big to them. Those cars are huge to them. You see what I mean? The Ford Taurus is a huge car.
Nigga, I rented a Lamborghini.
Decked out.
Yeah, because to them cars are huge in comparison to the cars they make.
But see,
that would explain
it's
why
interesting.
The police rode them here back. Remember the police rode them for a while.
Yeah.
Over there, I rented a Lamborghini for my birthday. And I had to take a class to drive it. It had 4 pedals.
Yeah, they don't just let you do anything.
You gotta be on
straight.
Point.
Like you gotta show you got some responsibility in your life.
3, but not 4.
V12, you got 6 on one pedal, 6 on the other pedal.
I couldn't have did that no way because I don't know how to stick shit.
I mean, it ain't hard. It's different in that.
I know. I can't do it
because like I ain't gonna need to lie to you. Once you hit that, because you're not gonna start the motherfucker out of not even out of second. I'm gonna start out of third.
Because you gonna hit that gas.
Hit third,
Yeah.
boom, hit that motherfucker and get that speed
Yeah.
up, go straight to motherfucker
Yeah.
sit, and now I'm on the next one.
Oh, but I guess when you get that fast, you ain't shifting gears as much. No
No,
way. So it don't really matter. Yeah.
Not at all.
I could do that.
And then you
yeah.
got the Autobahn.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
'Cause we
saying?
going straight- Yeah.
Like motherfucker drove from Mainz, Germany to Austria for the Love Parade.
But what's the speed? It's like 95 miles an hour, ain't it? You can go or some shit like that.
There's no speed limit.
You can't get people. Listen, that takes responsibility and accountability, and it takes humanity.
That's part of what made me not want to come back to this motherfucker. Listen, dog. The Autobahn only got 2 lanes going east and west, north and south. It's only 2 lanes.
Speed limit.
And it's no speed limit. So, but keep in mind, if you going 100 miles an hour, and you know you going 100 miles an hour,
Right.
and you look in your rearview mirror, and you see this motherfucker coming.
At 100 miles an
No,
hour.
he coming at 2. You gonna get your ass over in the right lane. And when he pass you, your shit
but
gonna...
it's only 2 lanes. It's only a 2 lane.
And then over there, you gotta have like survival kit. You gotta have certain. It's all
In your car.
All that shit gotta be. You gotta have food for days.
Well, there ain't no gas or nothing on that.
And you can get
Autobahn.
stuck in the traffic jam for 3 days.
That's like the thing going from LA to Vegas. If you don't get no gas before you go, you stuck.
No, that's not.
It's not that far.
No, because I mean, like, so keep in mind, like here we got Highway 70. Let's use that for example. And then you got all these exits.
So it's like downtown to
Well,
Wentzville.
no,
maybe?
it's just like Highway 70 would be. But the only difference is the way we connect our highways, we connect them by streets. They don't connect them by streets. They connect them by what's called a secondary road. So just like how Dunn Road would be considered a secondary road, it run along the side of it. But it's not. But like when you get off the highway, you going towards a town. Like
Correct.
you going the total opposite direction that the highway going.
Yeah.
And then you got to go somewhere else to get to another road to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
The highway itself, though, the Autobahn.
The Autobahn itself is, it's
shit, though.
Yeah, but it's not connected to no city. It's not. It's like it just run through land. Like when you riding on the highway.
I got you. I see what you're saying.
Like when you just like if you on the highway going to Chicago, right?
It's 270 because it don't connect to nothing.
It don't connect to nothing.
Yeah.
It don't connect to
you
nothing.
still got to get on 2 different highways
Ways to get
up
to
there.
it. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, but it was lovely though.
I bet it was.
Think about going to Chicago in an hour. Like,
yeah, an hour. Yeah.
Like getting to Chicago in an hour. Like that's what it
Wow.
is. I mean, because for example.
But I don't want to go 100 miles an hour and no. I want to, I have, but you don't really want to. But you know what though? If everybody doing it on the highway though.
It all depends on the person when you get on that highway.
I know, that's what I was saying.
I was in my 20s. I was in my 20s. So you already know what I was doing on that motherfucker.
Giving it all. Giving it all.
That boy was giving it up.
Giving it all.
No thinking about life. None of that.
We had motorcycles, dog. We ain't even had no. That was the only thing we didn't get a license for. Motorcycles. And my partner down there killed himself on that bitch. Cause when you like in them cities, like if you live in Kinlock, it ain't nothing around Kinlock. You got to get on the secondary road to get on a highway to get to St. Louis. But they got all farming out there, so you got tractors on the road.
It's dirt road.
No, it ain't dirt road. It's just sectioned off. They love their land more than they love building shit.
That's how we need to do in Mississippi, in places like Mississippi and Alabama and Oklahoma, because you got black folks with properties that's up in them little, how you have to go down a little dirt road to get to folks' properties. That's and then it opens up to a bunch of land, where you could build a bunch of stuff on your land.
Yeah, but see, I guess the thing with those type of things is, if you build it, will they come?
You building it for your family. You building a compound for your family.
I'm just saying, like, just still the question remains.
You talking about the concept?
Or
if you built a farm, say if you had 50 acres open.
That's what I'm saying, exactly.
So if you built a compound that had 2 or 3 houses, and then you all could farm your own land and have some animals and have a slaughterhouse where you all could actually live off the land itself.
Who coming?
I don't know if your cousins was coming, but I know some of mine would come.
I mean, this is the reason I asked that. I believe that's a great concept. I'm really a fan of that. It's in my Rolodex of brain thoughts. But I don't think as city people we realize what really come with that shit.
Well, here's the thing. City people got here because of country people.
True.
So what we need to do is, the city people didn't take their grandmama in them houses and own them like they should have, but what they do have is a little bit of land left in these little country towns with some fucked up houses.
Yeah, but see, you missing the question. I understand what you're talking about with the land, but I'm asking you.
Do they really want to do that work?
Thank you.
They don't. I get it, but here's what we could
So
do.
so
Hold
what?
on, let me tell you this. Here's how we could do it, right? The USDA has a farming program. Now, everybody can say what they want to say about the political shit that's going on right now, whatever it is. It's going to change, or if it ain't going to change, it's going to be whatever it's going to be.
True.
Black folk need to quit being scared and just do what we do, right? All right. So the USDA and there's other farming programs that are out there that folks could take advantage of if they decide to go back.
Shit, Bayer got one.
Yeah, Bayer, because they doing organic growth type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're mixing vegetables with all kinds of stuff.
And
so,
they using fish for fertilizer.
Yeah,
and
fish
shit like
for fertilizer and shit
You know
like
what I'm
that.
talking about?
So you know those ponds that you got on your land that you could
can use that in a certain type of way.
and they use them for water. Like you could use it for people. So the infrastructure is what people are scared of. And when I say infrastructure, when you go to that land, you don't have no sewer and no light.
You don't have infrastructure.
I got it. So listen to me. That's why you have to get with those grants, and those grants get you the infrastructure. Now, after that, you may have to get creative.
But see, I get what you're saying on a financial point, right? Like I get all of that, but when it boils down to it, bro, like all the right financial moves can be made, and that shit'll be lost in 2 years because the motherfucker can't take care of it.
I need them to think about it like dope. Think about it like dope. Hold on.
How many motherfuckers that
think about vegetables like dope. Think about that cow.
It's the same thing.
Like dope.
It's the same thing. You got to cut a whole cow up into a quarter, half, whole.
There you go.
I already know what you're saying.
$500 cow
but this
will bring
is my
you 10
thing.
grand.
This is
if you cut him up.
This is my thing. Right now, out of all your cousins, right?
You can't ask me that because I got it. We'll do that.
I mean, I'm just saying. And I'm
I ain't set the platform for
I'm not
us
talking.
to do it.
I'm not talking about the ones who are in your mind frame
Personal
of life.
circle,
I'm talking about those below you.
I got you.
Right? Because when you talk about a compound, it's for the family.
Correct.
It ain't just for all us old people.
Correct.
So, but the young people got to do a majority of this work.
They got to do their work.
So
too.
I'm saying,
why we need them? We can hire some Mexicans.
wait.
Hire the Indians.
The simple shit. It ain't about hiring. No matter what, if you living in that form of life, you want to know how to do the shit yourself.
But
because you the one that's gonna. But that's why I'm saying they won't even want to eat.
It's just listen.
They won't want to eat, bro. They not finna go kill that chicken.
Okay, so just hire some people to do it.
Come on, man. You just put all your money in up to get the compound built. Now you got to make the shit work.
You putting up obstacles in front of people before you.
I mean, them real life obstacles though.
I get it, but here's the thing.
Motherfucker won't even kill their own chicken, and you eat chicken every day.
Exactly. Everybody don't have the same obstacles.
I didn't see motherfuckers throw the chicken in the trash because they had feathers on it when they opened the pack.
Cool, Joe. Everybody don't have the same obstacles. And here's the thing. You never know. Listen. You never know what black people would do unless you give them the opportunity. It
ain't just black people. It's people in general.
Well, people in general. Because the problem with America is they don't give enough people the opportunity to show themselves. Now, if you give somebody an opportunity and they don't do it, that's one thing. That's on them.
Yeah, but
he's always Dave has always been an advocate.
But
I'll give you one time.
You be having the best shit to say, but like in my mind, like you don't. I don't think you thinking it through the way I'm trying to ask the question. Because
so break it down for me then.
Well, because what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, no business plan, no business plan is going to work unless those involved in the business plan are willing to work it.
Okay, so people who create business plans should be, and they have made a commitment to. It's just no different than what I do with my clients when I'm working, my consulting clients. They have to make a commitment to pay this money every week for me to be there.
Right.
So people who have a dream make a commitment to put their money where their mouth is and hold themselves accountable. Now, I can't speak for everybody who say they have a dream, who don't want to put in the work.
It's no different than the athlete who says that they're good but don't want to put in the work. We know a lot of athletes that say they should be in the league, but they don't put in the work. So it's no different. We can't dwell on those people who say they want to do better and don't do better. Those are just people who are in our lives who we may know, who we have to think about a bigger plan that surrounds them to help them out. That's all we can do.
True. Okay, so to go back to where I started, when it comes to that type of shit, right? The way I thought about everything you did, but the only thing that I thought different was, in what way do I make it beneficial and make it also a want for them to want to be in this space?
You can't want something for them that they don't want for themselves.
I'm talking about like the way, because if I got land and we build a compound and this, that, and the third, it's gonna be some type of money that be made off of this property.
No, not necessarily. Why?
I'm just saying because.
Listen, hold on, stop. Just listen to me. Sometimes families just build a compound so that they can live. If you've got 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 people in your family and everybody owns 8 or 9 houses, that's $100,000 a month. When if you all just lived on a compound and built your own houses, that land and that development comes in one loan. So that one loan may be $7,000 a month, $700,000, but it's only $7,000 a month. Where prior to this, it was 8 of you all having 8 different households, spending $2,000 a month. That's $12,000. You all can save that money, and then you still have space to grow, and your kids are able to understand the value of family versus other people in the community that they have to depend on. See, when we got away from living together in this farm shit, we got away from depending on the brothers and sisters that your mamas and daddies that fucked and had us and aunties and how they took care of each other. Bro, when we started integrating and getting these cities, we got away from that.
I mean, that killed it, integration.
It killed it. So if the only way to help our own people is if we take care of our own, okay? And we can't make everything a problem if we decide to try to push ourselves forward. There's going to be a problem on every job, in every business.
But you also can't. You also can't make it a situation where it becomes a major loss either.
Well, listen. Every business, just because in business, let me just say this: in business, if you're fortunate enough to create a system in a business where it makes a decent amount of money, and then you may have to close it later because the system has gotten a little bigger for you and you can't control it and you just don't know how, because that's what happens to a lot of black businesses, because they don't hire people like myself to come in like I do across the country and do this for other companies, then sometimes they lose it. But that does not mean that they were a failure.
No,
it just means that it's a lesson, because here's the thing. We as black folk have just gotten to the point where our businesses grow to the magnitude to where it gets out of control for us because we making that much money. We weren't doing that back in the day. I mean, besides bars and clubs and shit like that, we didn't have any other businesses. The car businesses, think about in the car businesses, how many black car dealerships were there? None. And now
it's a few.
It's a few.
The game's still unfair on that side.
But it's always going to be unfair when
you know
it
what
really
I'm saying?
comes
The game's
to
still
having to put
unfair.
up
That's just like gas stations.
Because
it ain't fair. My uncle owned 39 gas stations when he was coming up. Rodney owns the last gas station on Kings Highway and Union. Kings Highway and Natural Bridge that my family owned when we was coming up. Rodney's the ultimate who...
It's only what, like 2...
It's it. Rodney's the only one. He's
the
only
other
black.
dude, he got
He's
out.
the only one. He's the only one out of our family who kept one of the stations.
Shout out to black ownership.
That's it.
I mean, but I guess for me, it's more so like... I guess the way my brain works...
But that's... Hold on. Let me tell you this.
Let me say this.
That's our daddies and uncles couldn't, as the times grew, they couldn't get together and understand each other, and as they went through divorces,
I wouldn't say that.
I'm just saying that's what happens when you have these big corporations. Sometimes black folks didn't understand how to keep them together.
Well, no,
and it just happens to break up.
Okay,
like that. That's all I'm saying.
If we're gonna say it that way, then you have to really touch
London
it.
and
Hold on, wait. You have to
just happens.
Hold on,
It's
wait.
not by...
You got to really touch it where it started. Then, if we having that conversation, so we talking about the end of slavery, beginning of sharecropping. So we talking about between the years of 1925 to 1935.
Why do I have to go back?
No, because we talked about the uncles and the daddies that couldn't come together to take care of this.
No.
What?
We're talking about folks who own businesses in the
and they
80s,
did, and they did.
2000s.
Just like my family was the same way in Mississippi, right? But due to the law of the land at that time,
what? Rodney, listen, hold on. Let's understand this. Rodney is a product of the 1970s our family owning gas stations, bro.
which came from those members of your family that
it's
moved
not
here from those towns in the
out of town to come here to do this stuff.
So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm
Yes.
saying is a lot of times it was not that they couldn't get along. It was that they
they got along very well. I ain't saying that they.
No,
my
I'm
family
talking
get
about getting along on whatever the business mentality was to carry it on.
Yeah.
So whatever that may have been. But a lot of those London and Sons, your family, all these other businesses that we know that have been standing still in my lifetime as well as y'all's, because y'all a little bit older than me. They were families that came from one place, i.e. the South, came here and saw opportunity, which started with something small, and they were able to grow it, right?
It was an entrepreneur out of our family who came here who did that. Yes.
So even if we were to say we in this place right now, to where my mind concept on this is this, yours is that on that. So like-minded individuals, we might want to work together on our thought process or shoot ideas against each other. You get what I'm saying? For me, it'll be more so not necessarily about the land is the first, right? So for me, if you're gonna build a compound, I want 20 acres of land.
Okay.
With 20 acres of land, you can take 5 to 7 you can build on. Mm-hmm. You take another 5 to make some type of environment that builds money, whether it be lodging, Airbnb lodging, escape places, four-wheel driving on, whatever it may be. But these areas where you can get outside the city, you can stay here for the weekend, pay your money to stay here for the weekend. You got all these amenities that's on this land. Way on the land, bow. Now you got another 5 acres that you can grow on. Me personally, I would say I would grow weed on it because it's legal and it's a good income and it doesn't hurt the soil. And you can grow in ground or out of ground. And in the process
what
of
about the people who just want to live on the land and just live?
Well, I know a lot of people who sell weed.
People don't want everybody.
But that is living off the land.
Listen, I visit so many places across the country where white folks have built communities in mountains or in rural areas, and they've made big companies come to their area because they built up their area with a lot of residential that they just wanted to live amongst themselves. So I'm not saying that you're wrong. In every piece of land, here's what I'm going to you say. Now I'm playing advocate. This ain't Teddy the hustler talking. This is just Teddy the father, the family guy, just saying, look, some people just want a piece of land just so they can go live peacefully, bro. They don't want to have to deal with businesses. Mm-hmm. They don't want to do no business. They just want to have their 20 acres, right? And they just want to farm. And they just want to have 2 or 3 houses on their land so their kids and their family can come and live. And they want swing sets out in the front and a couple horses so they can ride around. That's it. But we got away from it because we didn't feel the city is where we started hustling and we got a mentality. You feel what I'm saying about money?
Most of us were born in the city. That's all we know is city
life. The country, and that's fine. The country, just go to the country and chill. Just don't let the land get away from your family. Is what I'm saying.
A lot of times that's hard though.
It is. It's hard. It's hard for me right now, bro. I got a whole issue going on that I gotta figure out.
Yeah, my family had that issue
land be
10 years ago.
Well, that land be. My mama got 16 siblings, so everybody's supposed to have a piece of this 200 acres. So now I got about the other 2,000 acres around it. So that way, when I do the deal with the government for the deal, I don't have no problems with my family because I got to figure out how to get everybody their piece. You know what I mean? You can't just make a deal on land that it was promised to everybody because it ain't just yours. It ain't just my mama's. It ain't just my,
And they go back to where it all started. The reason our families that have land, those of us that's lucky enough to still have had or have family.
Ain't no paperwork on it, bro. They been
Hold on, wait. But it's not only that. But the thing is, those who you have to make these decisions with, they also got city living in mind.
Correct. They got that mind. You mean that mentality? Yes.
So therefore,
even the older people,
it's the thing that eliminates us having this land in the country.
Okay. Well, I need you to
because the money sounds good.
As a leader of your family, I need you to stop being so negative about the plans that could become about, and I need you to be positive and just understand this. Plans are meant to change. Just listen. Plans are meant to change, and people change. So as you all put these family plans together, and shit may change, and people may have a different interest in the land versus what somebody else may have, just understand it. Be understanding. Just understand that everybody may have their own idea about it, and you all come to a consensus about, like you said, if by chance this country-ass piece of land can make you some money, like what you saying on a business tip, let it make you some money. But if not, understand this. Your people got some land for you in these little country-ass towns that y'all don't have to pay no real taxes on, no nothing. It's just land that we could just be living on just in case something happens.
And it's,
you know what I mean?
But it's still, but
get out the city.
But this the part, this the part I don't think you want to hold on to. We still talking about city-minded people, bro.
I know it, but listen.
Because at the end,
you don't like riding four-wheelers and riding horses?
I'm different.
Well, you listen. If your friends ain't never really rode four-wheelers and riding horses, this is what I had to learn, right? Hold on. This is what I had to learn, right? A lot of people talk it. They talk it. But when I take you down there and you can get on these horses and you ride these four-wheelers, and my cousin them got these tracks that we riding and racing these motherfuckers and doing, when you get in it, you like it. Women and men.
Yeah, for that moment. But what happened when the next morning come and you gotta go out here you gotta go out here and get these eggs. You gotta
do the work to eat.
You gotta build this
do
fire.
The work to eat.
You got.
You don't have to. It ain't that country no more,
No,
bro. You can go in the kitchen and put a stove. It's a stove. You can put stoves.
But guess what? If you buy some land and you ain't established already, you got to get there.
Well, most of them now got at least a house on them. You're not really going down there.
Okay, so
most of it got a house.
So what it's like to go in the house if you've been staying in the condos downtown on Washington?
That's a big difference now. It's a big difference now.
You walk in this motherfucker. And
right, but see the difference with that is where, like what you finna say, it's where you at here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, and another thing too is that when you y'all talking in singular, but y'all talking about others.
There you go.
See what I'm saying? Y'all talking in singular.
I'm trying to talk in plural. He talking
right. No, but both of y'all are, but not on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how we having this conversation.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because I'm just gonna use my situation. Like my wife is a country girl at heart.
She'll go down there.
You see what I'm saying? But I know that she's a city slicker more than she's a country girl. Mm-hmm. But her riding with me can sway those percentages.
Now, D, let me ask you this.
You get what I'm saying?
Would you get up in the morning and go out there and get them eggs?
Nah, if you don't understand.
Listen, if you got your own pancakes in the thing, you got your own pancakes, right? Bro. And you got your own country bacon. Now, would you mind going out there in that thing, in that stable, and getting them eggs up out there, getting them fresh eggs?
Listen,
I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't either. Listen, I ain't gonna... Listen, let me explain to y'all something. When y'all ask me these questions, Ted, you know this, because y'all my surrogate family. It's really hard for me. Not really hard for me. It's easy for me to answer those questions because I'm an only child. So me thinking about living, I could be a farmer by myself. Yeah. I love my wife to death. No shot at her. But with my background, see, these are another things we're talking about. We're not bringing up the true indeed. We're talking about self. You're talking about you're talking this based on how you grew up with your family, just by default. Like you, everybody defaults to their growing up.
Yeah.
Ted, I met your family when we was young. You know what I'm saying? But still. Me and your mama didn't rock like that. Me and Velma rock like that. So I never knew the foundation. Yeah. I call second generation the foundation with Velma. Yep. And Velma just showed me what her mama showed her. Yep. You see what I mean? By default, that's all we have. So these conversations we're having are based on our default settings. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is like, I could be a guy that lived in the city my whole life. So I can't live in no motherfucking country. But if I rock with my country ass girl,
Go down
I will change.
I'ma change though.
I will say.
Because if your girl's straight when you go down there,
You gotta be straight.
and listen,
gotta
if
be.
your rent changed from $4,000 and all your bills a month, right?
To 400.
To $400, my nigga.
And you got more.
Come on.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing at all.
saying,
I mean, but because like to me, bro, like I buy eggs from a patient. I don't go to the
Fresh
store.
eggs, baby.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a patient that bring me fucking deer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these little things,
It make a difference.
it make me think like, damn.
Yeah.
And also, I'm getting older too.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to that point to where I need to find me some new hobbies. Like,
And your body is your temple, and you realize.
And
what
I
you're
don't
putting
wanna
in your
let it go
body.
to waste.
And you a dentist. I mean, you work in the dentist office. You know what people eat and what they put in they chewing.
When
and
I'm
shit.
talking
That shit
to
is,
you, I know what
man,
you
you know. You already
smell
know
it.
what.
Yeah.
You can smell it on
I
their
can. I
mouth.
don't need smell. I see.
Yeah.
I just
you
see.
look at a person's mouth, and
Yeah.
you know what their life is like.
Yeah.
But hold on,
for sure.
let me go back to this. I honestly believe that. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody in St. Louis, I can only speak for my hometown. I believe everybody in St. Louis, I don't give a fuck how hood you are, how city you are, how whatever.
They country.
You could have grew up in the projects,
Yeah, you
brick,
can
no
still get
grass, no. You can go down south
They
and
cool.
live.
They
Yeah.
cool.
And live and be
Everybody in
happy.
St. Louis country.
And country is fun.
I
Everybody in
agree
St. Louis
100%
country,
with
bro.
that.
Country is
I agree.
fun. Only
Everybody
thing
in
we
St.
are
Louis
missing is the farm. Look, only thing we are missing is the farm. Only thing we are missing is our parents keeps growing us in the Section 8 house instead of going on the farm. Dog, we would be just fine on the farm. We would be to learn. We would learn the same way, just how we learned how to sell crack cocaine when it
We'll do
came
the
out.
same thing.
We'd have been out there slinging
And
beef
listen,
jerky
this crack
once we
cocaine
figured
in the
out.
country, my
Look,
uncle and them just got in trouble with
once
that
your
shit.
uncle come down there and show you, pull out a bag of beef jerky and say, "Hey, I got this deer." And I found this shit. We could flip this shit with this deer.
Hey,
you
want me
would
to
have been
tell- you want me to
flipping
tell
beef
you-
jerky just like you was selling crack
you want
rock.
me
Am
to
I
tell you
right
We
or
down
wrong?
there skinning the
Come
shit out
on,
of
drying that shit out
Drying
there.
that
just
shit
get
out like a
dehydrated
motherfucker.
and
This just tell you
everything.
how country St. Louis niggas is. We robbed this truck. That motherfucker ain't had nothing but beef jerky on it.
Y'all souls.
Got that shit. Let me explain.
What?
Let me explain. Cujo, please. Let me just take
Riding
that
around
segue.
with cases of beef jerky in the back seat.
I told y'all when my
We ain't
cousin,
talking about nothing else.
when my cousin Courtney was sitting right here, I told you.
You
The
got some
definition of hustler.
Please, I'm
One
need.
in there. I can't.
Definition of hustler, bro. We was volunteering at the motherfucking.
What's this? A mahogany blunt there?
Oh no, it's a rap.
Shit, you can't
I ain't
with the
never.
real
This,
deal,
that
homie,
motherfucker
man.
red, nigga. This a blood wrap.
See, that's what happened when you well traveled. You come back with shit motherfuckers don't understand. And we gotta make our own shit.
Shut
up.
up. You gotta just make up some shit.
Hey,
Well, it came from
Hey,
Afghanistan.
but no,
Hey,
but
this-
listen, the country, dog. Me and my wife, we joke about it, but my wife's family is from Jenny, Arkansas, and I don't know if
Arkansas?
y'all
Where the
understand
hell
how
is
just
that?
it's about 2 hours away from
Boy,
Little
she
Rock.
country in the
Texarkana,
mouth.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours away. And then her people are from Lake Village, Arkansas. Now, Lake Village, Arkansas is so small that you got to go.
They must got
You
some water.
look, you got to go out of Arkansas into Tennessee and back into Arkansas to get to it.
Because they had
it's
to
around-
share, they had
'cause
to
it's- no,
share a road or something.
It's around the marsh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they had
It's
built
around-
just a casino. Now it's
It's
crazy.
around the marsh.
But look, my wife, I've been married for 34 years. Coming up in July, dog. We go down there
Congratulations.
we go every few years or every 4-5 years down there. But dog, I love it. I fell in love with it, man, because they still had the plantation homes with the little house with the lake. You know what I'm saying? All that. And
Well,
man,
see,
them
this
houses
is
go
lakes
for like 300,000. Them houses here will be over $1 million here. You get what I'm saying? Dog, they servant houses are bigger than my current home.
Hey, you want me to
The
tell you?
house in the backyard is bigger than my current home.
$300,000. Your mortgage is $900 a month.
And you don't pay taxes every year. You
And
pay
you ain't
taxes
every
one
3.
time. You get what I'm saying? No, you pay taxes one time.
Hey,
You want to talk about travel?
Hold on, let me say
You
this.
got plenty of money to save your money to travel in.
Let me tell
What
you
you
something.
talking about?
We gonna hold on.
Go ahead. Come on, let's go. I love it.
I'm
I
just
love
saying
this.
what
I love
you say.
this.
You know what I
Let's
mean?
go.
Like
Yeah.
telling people
Because now you got me thinking about the we and
Let's
not
go.
the me.
Let's go.
yeah.
So in my travels, I stayed in Africa for 2 months in Kenya. Right? It wasn't no running water. It wasn't no bathroom. It wasn't no pot, no
And you
stove.
survived.
It wasn't no
You
refrigerator.
adapted.
I stayed there for 2 months. And it was just the things, like, you really got me thinking. I'm like, damn. I woke up every morning, my nigga, and I went and got the water out of respect. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm at my partner crib. It's him, his little brother, his mama, his brother, Emerald Miner.
Let's go back to what you just said. Hold on, stop. I want you to say something. When you had to think about community and humanity.
I walked around holding men hands, bro.
It changed your thought process
On
about
life.
So when we talk about this city, right, and how people need to change their thought process, it ain't nothing but respect. People need to respect each other and just care for each other. That's it. It don't matter about Trump. It don't matter about who the president. It don't matter about your local congressman. It don't matter about none of that. None of that. If people would respect each other and genuinely care, like you had to do over there, because it wasn't, you, like you said, you just woke up and out of respect because they helping you and they loving on you. You woke up out of respect and was like, as a man, hanging out with the other men in that country, let me just go get the water.
It was like a half a mile, too.
It was just a human nature for you, bro. It wasn't, you didn't think like, oh, they ain't gonna little oak me.
Right, but see,
they ain't gonna, you know what I mean? It wasn't nothing like that.
You know why? You could have been put in that same situation right here on Grand and Natural Bridge.
And you're going to look at it different.
And you're going to look at it differently not because of you.
Because of the environment.
Because of somebody, like you said.
I stanky, they be a stank ass attitude.
And look, and the crazy part is, cool, we can go back to the early conversation you had. When you said when you was in the service and y'all had parties or y'all had whatever. Remember? You on beer. You on meat. You on wood.
There you go.
And when you said, and what did you say? I went with all of them at least one time.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? But
did.
see, that's you. That's you.
Opening up.
But how many people could you even say?
They can, because guess what? He a hood nigga, and he didn't want to do it either.
Right, but you know what?
When you put in that situation,
it's the
listen.
Yeah, I'm a hood nigga, but see, like for me,
but you opened up.
It's a respect.
Right.
Right? And for me, the way I see it in life in general, bro, if I don't wake up every morning, look at that reflection and respect that, I can never respect you.
Respect yourself.
What they have to do with you over there?
Because every morning I had to wake up and I looked at myself. I had to see myself like
what?
Like some places I didn't been, like, and I ain't talking about no military shit.
That's what I'm gonna say. Was this just a military thing?
No, this is my free. This is my free time.
When he was going to get that water,
I was on my time.
That was on his.
Like I go on deployment. Once I got to Germany, I go on deployment. It might be 6 months. It might be 9 months. But when I come back, I'm on leave for 4 months. No questions asked. So in 4 months, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Right.
So I went to Fiji. I went to Japan. I went to Kenya. I
you
went to
went-
Italy.
okay,
I went to Spain. I went to Greece. I went everywhere with a book bag. You know what I mean? Like Africa. That was my partner Kakai. He was from Africa. He like, man, you up?
But that's you being adventurous.
Well, that was.
See, that's you wanting to explore.
This what it was for me. When I went to the Army, I saw people I never really saw or spoke to. So it made me curious, just like meeting a Mexican.
Okay.
I met a Mexican, a Puerto Rican, and a dude from Thailand. They all look like Mexicans.
So
to
what
me.
you telling your people in the hood is, get up out the hood and go talk to somebody else, man,
You
and go
have
see
to.
some other people.
But
you can connect with other people.
But some people are not prepared.
Well, that's okay.
Here,
it ain't for everybody.
Like this is my thing.
It ain't for everybody.
But this go back to something I used to say a long time ago. Every man ain't meant to make babies.
Correct.
It's too many soft motherfuckers in the world.
And every man ain't meant to be an entrepreneur.
Like for us to be right here, as much as me and you bicker at each other, I love you to death, just like I know you love me to death.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like last night, I see him, he see me. We ain't leave each other's side until I got discombobulated because my whole team was moving. Because we move as a team, and he saw it himself. Never saw it before, but he saw it that night, right or wrong. Yeah. Like you know how we are, Dave. When we move as a unit. At that point, that's when I lost traction.
That's what I came to see.
And that was that. We ain't go to win. We ain't go. We went there to be present, get some practice,
and get up out of there.
Get up out of there. Meet some people. My point is, I go there, I meet people, I get acquainted. Oh yeah, let me get this.
Do what you do.
But here's the thing. I saw a lot of hood guys in there talking to people. You all were open. Nobody was having an ego. Nobody. So when you say that these things can't happen, and you don't know guys that's doing it, I saw a bunch of guys at that show last night that y'all was at, who were hood guys that I wouldn't normally talk to. I don't want to be around. But the way they were acting in that building last night,
that was professional.
You can talk to anybody in that motherfucker.
It was that.
And it was just people were open and they were looking for conversation, and you can see it. Now when niggas in a building and they mean mugging each other and everybody got a goddamn attitude, you can see that too.
But it's also the environment.
That was a warm. I get it.
Like keep in mind, like you could see the levels of people that were there. I'm not finna be
not
specific.
Even no levels.
No. Hold on, wait.
Chill.
Just hear me out. You had different levels of people there, right? And when I say different levels of people, some people had to warm up. To conversate. Some people stayed in their corner.
Well, because it's new music. People don't. Everybody's.
I'm talking about before the music ever started.
Oh, I wasn't there. Okay, gotcha.
So gotcha. And then you have the free space, which was outside on the balcony, where smoking your weed, drinking your drink, and it was an open freedom, and that's where you had things. And then you
Where
had
was y'all at?
right off of
down the street from the bed and breakfast.
Yeah, Delmore in Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing was like people that felt out of place. Other people made them feel like they were in
I
place.
saw that. Yes, I saw that.
That's what I mean. Like different levels of people. Like some people comfortable in communicating. Some people shy.
No, you're explaining the person that you are. It was a bunch of people in that room who are just like you, who think like you. Y'all may have y'all standoffish ways, but I saw a bunch of people in that room
talking that wouldn't normally talk.
To each other, bro. Y'all, they wouldn't.
See, I guess
because even when the DJ got wild and was trying to get ratchet with everybody about the mic, man, everybody shut that shit down. Like, come on, bro, we ain't finna do all that.
We here for something else.
Come on, bro.
That was a hell of a moment.
Like that, bro.
Hey, look, I'm gonna switch gears real quick.
Go ahead.
Ted.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about this?
Is that beans?
Nope. What you think about that?
Well, I saw it. I heard about it.
Let me show everybody what we talking about.
Well,
This,
yeah.
the
I
new
saw
Black
it and
Wall
I heard
Street.
about it.
What?
And if you don't
I want my financial.
And if you don't know about Stonecrest, Georgia, is a place where you got a bunch of black folk who had land in those buildings. So a lot of those malls that were constructed out from Peachtree to Stonecrest, the land was owned by black folks, and them people leased that land from them people to build those developments. So that's why now you have a lot of developments that ain't got nothing going on because folks want their land back.
Okay. But it was an orchestrated plan. Like they boycotted their shit to make them have to leave.
This was one of those situations where
then they bought the
they took over a mall that it's no different than Northwest Plaza, y'all. And if you really think about it, Northwest Plaza was our mall.
Yes.
It wasn't nobody. It wasn't Chesterfield.
That
it
was
wasn't
ours.
West County.
That was
it was our mall.
Northland was
because
ours.
You could go in Northwest Plaza and get a $500, $1,000 jacket. You could go in Northwest Plaza and get real jewelry.
$250.
Real jewelry, not fake jewelry. You go in Northwest Plaza and get real jewelry. And then they still had Macy's and Dillard's and all that other stuff. This is the equivalent to that. But here's what you have when you have in Georgia. This is what you got. COVID also did this. You have a bunch of people in Atlanta and Georgia that are people that are moving down there like it's the mad. I mean, but it is. Because people support their own. Down there, black folks are supporting black folks. And if you have a business and if you sell a decent product, people are going to buy it. COVID actually put a lot of people in business. Black folk. That's why corporate America is fighting with the labor force. Because the labor force figured out during COVID, I don't really have to come fuck with y'all to do this bullshit, but y'all telling me to show up every day and do this bullshit. I had to figure out how to hustle on the side, and I make enough for myself. See, goes back to what you were saying. Folk figured out that I don't really need all this money to do all this. I can really survive and I can do this. So now they thinking. So now you got folks that lazy. I hate to say that. That's making decent money.
Good money.
Good money. And they don't have to go to work no more. See, back when they had to go to work, take that little $38 an hour job, put that, listen to motherfuckers, talk to them bad, do all that shit. They ain't got to do that shit no more. And see, folks, you know, they try to figure out, well, who gonna take them jobs? Well, y'all better let them Mexicans and them Chinese people come over here. Because ain't nobody else gonna take them jobs.
Well, you know, I think COVID was the most important thing for Black America.
It was. It showed you how to be creative.
Well, I wouldn't even just say that. What it did was it made you really pay attention to your fucking situation.
And budget.
Well, here, real quick, before we get away from this. Now,
I'm sorry.
looking at
Go
this.
back.
No, looking at this and what y'all just said. It don't seem like it would be hard for us to do.
No, it's not.
Here.
That's a collaborative of people and
Here.
entrepreneurs who rent
But
space.
do you see, what did you, nah, people, everybody who watching, y'all rewind this about 2 minutes ago.
Correct.
When I said, Ted, what do you think of this?
Yes.
And he broke down what this was. He said it's literally some land and a strip mall that was owned by African Americans.
Can I tell you something?
That they came together. But wait, I'm going to tie these in real quick. Let me tie this in with you too.
And got all my people who you got a store,
Right.
I mean, or you want a store? Here, I'm going to lease you.
Watch this, though.
In the immortal words of my man, Dave Elmore, which you know and you know very well, you said you was in the service with Mexicans and all these stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing y'all had in common was that one goal. That's where y'all was like-minded at.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fat dude, a skinny dude, a tall dude, a short dude in the service. You was in the platoon with all of them, the fat dude, the slow dude, the skinny dude, but y'all all had one thing in common. Y'all had that one common goal.
What?
Being in the military.
Being in the military.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
They got one common goal
Exactly.
in here.
That's what he said.
That's
my
what he
whole
says.
point. Exactly.
They drive everybody marketing.
But listen, I bet you it's a fat dude. I bet you it's a skinny dude.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you it's a
But
tall
see,
dude. I bet you it's a fat girl, a skinny girl.
Hold on.
But they all here though.
This is your flea market on 367 in the upscale.
Boy, if they could take that to the next level, that would be crazy, wouldn't it?
And it's owned by a black dude too. I don't know
I'm
if y'all
telling
know
you,
that.
yeah.
He one of my patients.
It's no different. It's no different.
But check this out though. It's also it's a brother right now that own half of a strip mall by himself right now, right? In which, if 3 of us say, "Yeah, I want to put my business in here. Yeah, I want to put my business in here too." Now his whole thing full.
Well, here's the problem.
And guess what he has?
Listen to me.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
An art studio. He owned it with art studio.
To my ear.
I know. That's my OG.
But here's the thing. Here's what happens, and let me tell you how that strip mall lasted for years. Arby's, remember?
And then they had the beauty
Okay,
school
so
in there.
just let me tell you this. Strip malls need anchors.
Yep.
Okay, so when you first get in the real estate game, you can't survive off a bunch of people paying you rent. You need an anchor who's going to stabilize you for that first 10 years because they're going to pay that 5 years up front. That allows you to hold your money for maintenance, all the other shit that may happen. It allows you to pay the commercial insurance, get the parking lot paved, pay for cleanup, all that shit, because all the rest of the people may or may not pay you your rent on time because they're stores. They're you know what I mean? And what has to happen is the owners of these strip malls have to understand too, in black communities, you have to help those stores drive traffic. So the owner, the owner of the land of the strip mall
help bring business.
has to help bring traffic to. He can't depend on and sit on his ass
like
and just collect a check. Yeah, from the motherfuckers who just paying them rent because he got to help drive traffic and help all the stores. So it be some economics that's missing in some of it, how people approach it now.
So that will also apply in business also.
Yeah, but listen.
Right? Whoa.
It's all in business. That's what I'm talking about.
So
in
even
business,
in this situation, right? Like, it might look like this on the pictures, but let's say motherfucker went to Stonecrest in December, and it's 4 stores open.
Right.
And it looked like a vacant mall. And not to downgrade it, but I'm just saying, like, what is missing to where we can start these things and get these things popping, but we can't apply longevity.
All right, so here's what happened. We all moved to North County and let Jamestown go to shit.
That was only because they.
I'm just saying, it's in St. Louis. Let me tell you about St. Louis.
St. Louis follow the welfare.
St. Louis is fucked up because the powers that be won't allow us to hold real large asset values as minorities because they know that that's power. So I'm not saying
I eat Lincoln Ave.
However, I can't go.
Martin Luther King, the old Martin Luther King.
I can't go. I wrote the whole project for Martin Luther King and took it to the governor. You can look and see the pictures. But anyway, and the NBA with John Hall, the guy I went to high school with. But anyway, what we have to do is start small, because the powers that be in St. Louis. Now, when you're talking about St. Louis, now I've been other places. Now, you want to talk about taking your money and go some other place. Sometimes it takes people to take and go other places to work with other people and make some money or get ideas and work in working relationships where they can come back and build their own circle in an instance where they understand how to make shit happen. I can't work with everybody in the city. So people have to learn themselves, right? So sometimes, here's what I'm going to have to tell you. You ain't going to learn it in St. Louis because you're around the motherfuckers that you can't get it right with. Go do it somewhere else. And every business is a risk. Ain't no guarantee. Dope ain't no guarantee. Nothing in life is a guarantee, bro. Just go do it, though.
If a motherfucker can sell dope, he ain't only dealing with people in St. Louis.
That's my point. And you ain't scared. So a nigga that can sell dope, you can't tell me
the best businessman in the world.
You the best businessman in the world because you're not scared about going to spend $20,000 in Cincinnati on a business, on an IT business.
And then transport.
And come on, man, you can't be scared. You just took a penitentiary chance.
And then develop a system to distribute.
Yeah, these geeks. We talking about computers. And
Hustle
you talking
different.
about you scared? Come on, man. You can't
Hustle
be scared.
different.
And here's the other thing. You can't tell me you scared as an artist if I tell you, go get your own RV and let me show you how to go to all these cities and you make connections when you go. And you paid for this bitch in 9 months, bro. You can't be scared to do that. You can go get on camera right now in different cities and do your own thing.
Right now, I can pull it up. That's what I got in my phone.
What's up, y'all?
That's what we looking
Tager,
at,
what's
looking
up,
for.
baby?
Hey, bro.
What's going on?
He ain't here, Tager. He ain't here. He ain't here, dog.
But the whole art
he ain't here today.
The whole heart of us, the whole art of hustling has been misconstrued because everybody think because Google and all this other
immediate gratification.
Bro,
microwave
hustling
society.
don't change. Real hustling don't change.
Real
creativity and creating things of substance does not change.
Well, here, Ted, quick question. I had my guy on here, what was his name? Man, my bad, I've been drinking. He was here 2 weeks ago. He's a speaker. I can't think his name right now. I'm going to get it together.
You talking about,
his name is what was his name?
Karan
Butler, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Karan.
Karan was here. So Karan was saying, like, not he was just saying he don't think it's more of a hustle. He think it's more about timing.
And also,
you know what I'm saying?
And not being
just
afraid.
being just period, like, being successful in what you do and all that stuff. He said that it was more timing for him.
Okay,
than
Karan
it was a hustle.
Karan is just like Willie Moe. Karan is just like a lot of successful people because when their gift becomes successful, for them it's always about timing.
Okay. Because like I said, the hustle
in business it is about timing. Because sometimes, remember, D, like you always told me, Teddy, how you work on 1,000 different things at one time? Well, because it's about timing. You have to sow seeds as you go along, and you have to develop these businesses as you go along. So as your ecosystem grows, you can start pulling from each one of those to develop them, right? Everything's about timing. So for anybody that becomes successful, that's always going to be their drawback when they have a conversation.
That's just like saying you got to go through it to get to it.
That's just like they say you got to go through it to get to it. You got to take a loss to be a boss.
You got to go through an L to get to an M.
It's just, it's all just some.
Like you want me
and
to
I'm not taking away from Quran. I'm just saying.
No, I wasn't no shot at him.
But you want me to tell you what's funny, like just about us, right? Is we have so many belief systems that we fool our motherfucking selves.
That's it.
You forget where you had your money.
You know where I can't. You know what I hate?
Like,
hey, fuck
you got so much going on. You forget where you had your money.
Like how the fuck do you do that?
You do.
Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Have you? I know you done it.
Fuck yeah.
Look, you turn the house up.
You turn the house up
because you got so much shit going on. You forget where you had your money. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this: the shit I hate is when black folks say, "I'm doing my own thing." What is your own thing? Let me ask you this.
Let's go. What is your own thing?
Did you create the economic system for you to generate a financial wealth for yourself?
That's not something I say, but
that's some shit that people say.
I never thought about it.
Listen, when you say about mentality, when you talk, you just said that.
Then to say I always do my own thing, that's a hell of a fucking thought.
Because that's what people say, and
and you don't be going nowhere.
And don't be going nowhere. Don't mistake. Deion Sanders always says, and and it's great for athletes to understand this, but I teach it in business also. Don't mistake motion for movement. Because motion
ain't going nowhere.
Well, there's in science, in STEM, in business.
But motion is just an action.
No, you can have things in motion. See, as a contractor, I may go out and I may do 20 different bids. And I may have 20 different meetings with these people.
You ain't doing,
you
might not.
But what did I close?
What did you close? People don't get that part. That's the part I'm getting to, the close.
You gotta have movement.
So now, movement is when I have a date, when I have a contract signed, I have a date to start the project, I have a down payment to pay for my materials and my labor.
That's motion.
And then that's motion.
That's motion.
Two different things. So in life, people...
Movement is when you put it in action. It's a visual.
No,
movement when you get that check.
Now, movement is when you moving and you have a check and you're doing.
That's
what
motion is when you just getting things together.
Like right there. I'm with you 100%. Okay.
So people in life, because we were taught secondhand. And our generation was the one generation that said, fuck school. I don't want to go to school. I don't need it. I'm a hustle. But now when we get older, motherfuckers need it a little bit.
See,
and even if you don't, that's okay.
Look,
I hope you don't. That's okay. No. But some people who need it in their life, who own these businesses and shit like that, who didn't go to school, they need it, bro. I'm telling you. And they just didn't get it.
Hey, Ted, it's funny you said that. That's why we are the age of the over-the-road truck driver.
Correct.
I'm just being honest. Look, a lot of people may not agree with me on this. I'll even get on camera and say that. That's why motherfuckers my age, between 45 and 55, we are the age of we don't need college. That's why we are the age of the truck driver. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying they're making that same bread as if we would have went to school. You get what I'm saying? But we are the age of the truck driver. We are the age of the barber.
Look, and make $500,000.
We are the age of the barber. Yep. We are the age of the truck driver. Yep. All my barbers are my age. I don't have no young barber. I don't have no, what's up, boss man? You get what I'm saying? And I'm not. That's not a knock on it. Us as black people, us as black men, we figure out how to adapt. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You have the guys that went to school, but we are the age of the truck driver. We are the age of the moving company. Mm-hmm. We are the age of the landscaper. Mm-hmm. We are the age of, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm serious. Yeah. No, we are the late blooming age because what you said. We were the age of, we don't have to go to college.
But see,
half us was scared of the military. You are the age of the military, Cujo.
He ain't no fear.
Your next generation. I'm being honest with you, cool.
I was scared. I was scared to die in my neighborhood.
Right. Okay. But what I'm saying is that I'm saying is that your
no reason.
Your age.
And my daddy. Yeah. In my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Every story you tell, we can go back and watch this podcast from the day you started.
Go back to my pop.
No, listen. Every story you've ever told about being in the military was what? I was hanging out with this thorough ass nigga. I was hanging out with this nigga that was just like me. I was hanging out with this Mexican.
And that's
That
what a
nigga
lot
was,
of niggas
look,
went in
but
there
that
for.
nigga was just like me.
Just
I
like
was
me.
hanging out with this Asian dude named.
Just like me.
Look, show.
Show.
That motherfucker was just like
All
me.
I did was change the environment.
But
He
you
over
get
there
what I'm
singing
saying,
like
though?
Megan Thee Stallion, ain't he? Yo, that nigga
you
over there
see what I'm
singing like
saying,
Megan Thee Stallion.
That was your era was that, you know, we can go into the military and make this shit cool.
Yeah.
In our era, when you went to the military, nigga, you was either finna go to jail or you was, you know, you was just that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Or you just do
Look,
like I did and
I
I just
went to
married.
ROTC. I went to ROTC,
It
though.
was lame as hell.
Look, I went to
back in the day.
ROTC, bro. Out of my graduating class, not half of them guys went to the military.
Right.
You see what I mean? Because half of us was still stuck on, well, shit, if y'all gonna talk to me like this and I get to go home at 3 o'clock, I'd be damned if I'm finna go through this shit for 24 hours,
a day.
7 days a week, 365.
Man.
But you had half the people that was like, you know what?
Niggas
I
needed
fuck
that,
with
though.
this.
Yeah.
I rock with this. But that molded me to the point where it gave me what I needed based on who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my guys are cops. Some of my guys are police
A lot of our
captains.
friends are cops.
You see, that went to ROTC, that went to the
Shit.
military.
Hell
It's a
yeah.
lot of guys that followed that through. It's a lot of guys that came home because they was driving the military trucks over there. What you need? It's over.
Oh, shit.
Over. Drink it, motherfucker. Drink it.
Yeah.
But
defund
no,
the
but what I'm
police.
saying
I
is
could
that, like,
never said that shit.
But like you said, that every story you tell people, y'all can go back and watch these
That's a
podcasts.
fact, though.
He always say, man, I meant
Yeah.
to, like he was just telling his partner in Africa.
Yeah.
You just said your partner in Africa put you in position because you was hanging around people that was in that era. Our era
And
of
listen,
the
if
fuck
you
college.
don't introduce new people to them people, so people that you bring up under you can learn something.
Hey, you want me to tell you
But
what's
look,
crazy?
all the
Hello,
people
hear me
who
out.
went to college.
I know we
Let me
don't
just say
normally
this
do
one
that,
last thing.
but-
This one last thing, and I'm all, I don't say a lot. Look, the people who went to college was the people in the year before us, because when we was at home watching A Different World, and we was at home watching The Fresh Prince, and we was at home watching all these college shows, we was in high school. You see what I mean? Those shows was gone by the time we graduated. You see, those was our early years in high school. So I ain't gonna lie, my freshman and sophomore year, nigga, I wanted to go to motherfucking.
I only ever
you know
want
what
to
I'm
go
saying? I
to
want to go
college to play
to school
football.
down in Atlanta. I want to go to school in Georgia. I
that.
want to go to a HBCU. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they promoted. But by the time I was a junior, that shit was gone. It was NWA and fuck the police, and now I could be a rapper because look, these motherfuckers out here doing this. Then everybody wanted to be a rapper, and that stigma stayed because they kept that image stronger than the college image.
I know niggas that did that. Niggas on the
Hey, you know what's
Billboard top
crazy?
charts, and niggas
Like-
can't handle the fame, bro. I know
Like
niggas listen.
you want me to tell you what's crazy?
What?
Like hearing Dave say that, right? And just think, like I've always been a hustler of some form or fashion my whole life, right? But a lot of hustle, I learned from him. I learned from Pillsbury. I learned from Fro. I learned from people that he was kicking it with, like his two partners. I can't remember their name.
Totally understand.
Like, you know what I mean? And it was just like, sometimes it's like, how the fuck is you here with these niggas?
Hey, bro, let me tell you something.
But at
Go
the
ahead.
same time, y'all grew up in the no college time. I grew up in the gang banging time.
Right. The gang
Right.
banging wasn't
But-
popping in our era.
I'm with
But in my gang banging time, it was certain people that was able, like him and Fro. I mean, and
Keep you out that shit.
It wasn't even keep you out of it. It was just finding a different hustle.
Showing you another. You see what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Like
My
I
family
have no,
kept me out
I
of
have
that.
no fear of people.
I don't.
Like I never have. So when Roland was like, "Hey, nephew, I need you to work at this desk." All right, I'm not thinking about people I done did shit to, people I done took shit from. I ain't thinking about none of that. But it was just like, all right. And it had been some times where things that happened, but at the same time, I knew how to communicate based off the people I had to deal with on a daily basis. Do that make sense? Like,
Correct. Let me tell you this.
like nigga would have thought Dave owned half of the fucking tattoo shop just by the way he made shit happen when he was there, right? which made me sit back and, it's not. He not even talking to a nigga tough. But the nigga understood what he said. You gotta have some. Okay. When they wrong back there.
Cujo, some of this shit is learned. So I've been working since I was 12
all
years
this
old.
shit is learned.
Well, all of it is learned. I will say that. Because here's the thing. I've been working since I was 12. So while they was hustling, I could actually go to one of the gas stations and make $500,000 a week as a 12-year-old kid. So the money that the dope dealers had in the stores,
that was called washing, cutting grass.
I had it, but I worked legitimately. Like, you know what I mean? So I had to work.
But they wasn't no negative
But listen,
hustling.
I know, I'm not saying that. I ain't saying him. I'm just saying in the courts, period,
that
where
nigga
we
sold
lived
shoes
at.
in good times.
Just listen, hold on. Just listen to me. But because I was such an athlete, I got tried a lot. Bro, I got tried every month.
See, I don't
just
get
hold
that.
on,
How?
just listen to me. Listen to me.
We lived in a.
We lived in a real.
We lived in Section 8 junk. Look, we lived in a project, but
y'all
it was
grew up
down.
in- y'all
It was
was in the
down low. It
stabbing
wasn't
nigga
just
time.
stacked up.
Yeah.
Y'all was in stabbing nigga times. Peabody
Yeah.
Projects, Blue
No,
Mine.
shoot a nigga time
Oh, it
too.
was shoot a
10
nigga
man
time.
team.
I know-
Everybody, bro.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, you was more.
Listen,
Fight. It was fight time.
It was
Yeah,
fight
it was
time.
fight
It was
time.
fight
That's
time.
what
It was
that's what
fight
I
time.
mean.
Yeah, it was
so,
fight
yeah, it was
time.
fight time.
More so than
Yeah.
niggas was shooting when they wanted to kill you,
Right.
Yes,
Fight
yes,
time was just,
yes.
hey, we gonna see if you gonna fight back.
and it was
But bro,
certain areas that.
But let me tell you this. You talking about a nigga that had to fight to be a leader, to not have to be in the game, and to stand my own, because I ain't getting no fuck. I was an athlete. And one thing about it, I could fight too. So I don't give no fuck about none of that shit y'all talking about. I'm not going to be with none of that. And he'll contest it. I would fight anybody. That's why me and Antonio used to get into it all the time. I
Still
fight
do.
anybody. Bro, I didn't care. Because I'm not gonna let you tell me and take me down the wrong path. Because one thing about it, my mom and my daddy gonna kick my ass, bro. Nah, a lot of people ain't scared of their parents. Kids ain't got that type of respect for their parents like I had for my parents.
You gotta excuse me.
But at the same time, that's what helped mold the respect that he talking about that's missing when we don't like wanna give people the credit that they could do something. That's what we missing because we always want to doubt each other instead of opportunity. Shador is the prime example right now, bro. He's a prime example.
That's something we can. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. What's your opinion? Why do you think he went so late? What's your take on that?
Okay, so
We only got 10 minutes, man. We you know how we do
All right.
here at Hustle Different.
So here's the thing.
I gotta get Coach Ted. Y'all
I
see
got
his
a
first
kid.
name is Coach.
Yeah.
Coach Ted. I gotta ask Coach Ted about. Y'all know I usually don't get into public shit, but this is a good one here. Because I have my take on it, but I want to hear your opinion on that.
Well, I'll make it sweet. He comes from a stock of family. His daddy played in the league. That as he was growing up, he has been privileged to work out, play with, be a part of, and actually be the reason being that his family has won games and had the success that they've had. After his daddy. I'm saying as his daddy's coaching, right? Okay. So as that type of kid, everybody else is looking at it as if he needs to be this #1 draft pick, which he would like to be. But in football, the league wants somebody. When they pay a #1 draft pick, that core of 32 men who own the NFL have a different mindset when it comes to running this country about what people should think and what they do. Okay? So they don't want this new mindset with NIL and with kids making all this money. How you think you gonna come in and tell us what to do?
Okay.
Now, there's a lingering thing where he could be a 20-year, $2 billion contract with Nike. Okay? So there was some lingering deals when he was in the first top 10 and so all that money, right? And an owner is looking at it and they saying, you shitting me? Because let me tell you something. He ain't Dion on a skill level.
True.
Okay? But he's just from that breed, so I know he'll be a dog. But where do we draft him? So then he gets lost in the sauce, right? He gets lost in the sauce because all the owners and all the teams are scared, and they scared of Dion, and they scared of the backlash, and then all of a sudden, that motherfucker in Cleveland said, well, I fucked up anyway, so I might as well pick him.
No, you want me? This is what I think.
What you think? And I'm gonna tell y'all my take on.
This is what I think.
My phone died. Fuck it.
I think when it boiled down to it, some things were approached the wrong way.
Listen, they're
Hold
sending
on,
a message.
wait. You had your point, your turn. Let me get mine.
I gotta get mine.
Look,
So we get out.
he did like teams that he felt like
He did
what
rich kid shit. He did rich kid shit.
he talked to their ass.
He
crazy.
did rich kid shit. The Mannings did it.
And I agree, but one thing for sure, two things for motherfucking certain. They wasn't in that motherfucker talking crazy.
No, they wasn't.
They was still
They
professional.
daddy was.
But they daddy wasn't in the meeting.
No.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
When Shador was in
Be
the
respectful.
meeting. When Shador was in the meeting.
When a business when your boss is interviewing you
and you trying to
get a job, be respectful.
And we ain't talking about 80,000.
And we ain't talking about 80,000. We talking about 80 million now.
My minimum check is 350,000.
Be respectful, kids. So this is what he had. Hold on, listen. This is what Shador is teaching America, right? Because here's what you got. You got the Boozer kids. You got Ezra and James kids. You got the Cromartie boys kids. You got all these kids coming up that's finna get this money, bro. And he's teaching them, look, the kid still has to be humble and take it. This is your daddy's got this money.
Different.
Y'all didn't get shit.
No, listen, bro. It's different. It's different.
What you mean by different? It's an interview. It's a job interview.
No. It's different due to the fact, right? Now keep in mind, Shador, Junior, and Shiloh, from the day they got in the 7th grade until they graduated from college, they daddy was their coach. Right? Not saying that they're not good.
You're questioning their coachability because nobody's ever coached them besides their daddy.
Then, since he was in the 7th, they was in the 7th grade. They had jewelry bigger than the dope dealer at the club.
So now you questioning how they was raised.
No, so it's the immediate gratification. Don't get me wrong. If my kid doing good in school, yes, I'm going to supply him with the things that he may want that I can afford. If I have no limit, that's no limit.
We're talking about social though. The kid went on.
But he has his social life is only with the people.
It don't even matter. The kid went
in his realm, bro.
Listen. The kid went on.
He came out the
field.
He came out the gate with the wrong attitude coming into the league.
I'm not saying that.
And then, so therefore,
I'm not saying that.
That's what caused the problem.
Stop. But listen. Stop. It's just like what niggas in the street want the white man to do. Don't judge me off what I did in the street. Judge me off my brain. That boy wanted people to judge him off his athletic ability. Hold on, listen to me. That boy went to Jackson State and turned the program around and won.
I don't question his ability.
He went to Colorado and won like a motherfucker.
I don't question his ability.
That's all that needs to be said.
But brother,
that's it.
Let me ask you this: if I'm paying 35 motherfuckers $1 million a month,
I don't care nothing about that.
You think I'm finna allow a motherfucker come here and fuck this up because he think he run my shit?
That's what you see. That's what you think.
So
about
guess what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you in a situation where you gonna work and earn what the fuck.
So you saying what the white man's saying to him? So you saying what a lot of niggas think about Shador?
I'm saying the same.
And I'm saying to you.
I'm saying the same shit I say to a nigga that I was supplying. If your fucking situation ain't right, nigga, this what it is.
Situation right, bro. What's wrong with the situation?
your mind. You ain't showing me you available
because
100%.
He is available.
You only showing me you available athletically. You not showing me you available mentally.
Okay.
You showing me that you only got one thing and you can come out here and play.
Okay.
So therefore, when you ain't
so you thinking like the owners thought. That's why he went 144. So don't ask me why he went 144.
Y'all know what
I think he went where he's supposed to.
There you go.
Because that's the way it's supposed to happen.
There you go.
I wish he would have went bigger. I thought he would have went bigger.
No, you don't. Because you said exactly what everybody's saying.
But me seeing what I saw, I think he fucked the game off himself.
Well, he teaching a lot of young people what not to do.
He gonna show their ass how to work too now.
Damn right.
Because they don't know how to work.
And they don't know how to work.
It's two phases to me. First, when Deion said he gonna be a part of any negotiations and all that stuff. That
Well, he was up until the day.
Right,
Remember,
but
he
what
was
I'm
the
saying,
agent.
right? No, I'm saying that right there. To
him
me,
up.
as a team, I'm like, you know what? I got to deal with an agent and you.
No, it was deep. He was the agent up until draft day.
Right, but what I'm saying,
Draft day, they both had to get agents because they realized that their daddy was not
the
going.
one.
He was
Right.
going to get it.
Okay, so look. Okay,
I'm just telling you that's
okay,
what
that
happened.
one, bam. So, and then the second one too is, man, y'all got to think about what's his name, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Baker too.
Wait, Tim Tebow.
Tim, that's my
See,
guy. What's
now
wrong
listen,
with Tim?
Listen. What team want they backup quarterback bigger than they starting quarterback?
That's what happened to Tim. That showed what happened to Tim Tebow. That
Am I
showed
right
what
or
happened
wrong?
to Tim Tebow.
He was
but
that's what Tim
listen,
Tebow was
listen
bigger
what
than
I'm
life.
saying. Cujo, listen.
But
So it ain't just
Cujo,
black
listen,
boys.
Cujo,
They
hold
did
on.
it to the
Hold
white
on,
boys.
But they also didn't show up the way they showed up in college.
No, Cujo.
Tim Tebow
Cujo,
showed up,
Cujo,
bro.
Cujo.
Tim
Cujo.
Tebow took the Saints to the
Cujo,
playoffs.
Cujo,
What do you mean?
wait. Cujo, I can't listen to what I'm saying to you.
Dave hit it on the head,
Listen to what
bro.
I'm
He hit it
saying
on the
to you.
head.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. The risk factor. It ain't about you showing up. This is before training camp even starts.
Exactly.
This is before you even get off the private jet from us inviting you. This is before your agent even tell you got the deal.
If you bigger than us,
If you bigger than, because you know what that can do? That mean your free time vacation in Florida where you smack a bitch, take down my whole dynasty.
now Tebow wasn't smacking no bitch.
No, but do you hear what I'm
they
saying?
can't say
though?
that about
no,
Tim.
No, but what I'm saying is that,
I think he
or
sneaked a
listen,
little pussy.
Tim
though,
Tebow go down there, pop a wheelie on a motorcycle and
They
have a
was
car
gonna talk
accident.
about him. They was gonna talk about him.
You know, he had a motorcycle accident.
They was
That's
gonna talk
bigger than my program? No,
You
I don't want
You
that.
brought up a hell of an example.
I don't want that.
And-
He would be bigger than the whole. Listen,
No.
he's bigger than the whole Cleveland
But he
Browns
did go
organization
first round.
right now.
But he
He
did.
was-
Tim
Listen,
did
I
go
know,
first round.
but they learned from that.
But
That's
they
why
learned from
Shador
that. That's why
went
Shador
that
went
low.
You got it. You get a good one, boy. You hit a good one right there. They learned from
Y'all
Tim.
see that? Dude,
Tim was bigger than
I look
any
at shit.
football team.
It
he
might
went
take
to.
me a little longer to look at it, but I look at shit, and that's
Damn
what
right.
I said. About. I said,
I
you know
will
what?
agree with you on that
I said,
one,
look
bro.
at what happened. He too big. So what they did was, it was called a mental knockdown.
I just told you listen, Nike
mental
want to all.
knockdown.
I don't even
man.
think this is true, but the speculation, because the boy can advertise his daddy's shoe, his shoe, his brother's shoe. It's $2 billion over 20 years, bro. And he's smart enough to stretch it out. Think about it.
Cujo,
So it
y'all
don't look
understand what
Cujo.
I'm saying.
So when you say $2 billion over 20 years, it don't seem like much.
Shit.
Bruh.
$2 billion over a lifetime is enough money for me. Ted.
Bro, that's playing
Ted,
Monopoly.
wait a minute. You mean to tell me if a motherfucker told
Bruh,
you
that's
you
playing
can sign
Monopoly.
for 2 B's?
Did you see what his jersey
That's
doing?
playing
And it's not
Monopoly.
even an NFL
Dude, if
regulated
a
jersey.
motherfucker
Number
told you
12.
can sign for 2
I mean, 20.
B's,
What is
do you
12?
hear? Not 2 M's.
Billion.
Tagger. Motherfucker tell you can sign for 2 B's. And you ain't gotta do nothing outside of, you ain't gotta stay.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years for 2 B's though. But you ain't gotta be, you can still be yourself. We not ask you to compromise in any way. Is that not a good motherfucking deal?
But that's the league.
It's a shoe deal.
Listen.
2 B,
shoe
no.
company
Let's
deal.
be real as black. Wait a minute, wait. Let's be
You talking
real.
about sign me
Let's
up?
be real as black men and our history of our health. I mean, let's be real. You know, when you got to think 2 B's through. at your age. You see me? It's a lot of shit that come into factor. Now you tell me 2 B's when I'm 18. Now I might be able to make 5 B's.
Not a shoe. Let me
say, I'm 18.
So hold on. Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this about the end of the situation with him. My daddy and my family and what we made off Colorado in college off of the NIL deal.
Who's making $4 million a year?
I don't give a shit less about what y'all pay me in the NFL. All I want to do is play, bro. So let me show you what I'm gonna do.
I saw that too.
Let me show you what I'm gonna do. Just give me a shot to play. Just give me a shot to play.
But to me, that's what it is, though.
Listen, hold on, stop. Shiloh done went in training camp and made the team.
Hey, hold up. We can finish this conversation. Hey, y'all, it's our time. Oh. Coach Ted, no, we ain't got to go. Coach Ted in the building. Joe Jack in the building. And it's your boy, Gray Dave, man. It's fucking Hustle Different podcast. Y'all see us next Sunday, man. Coach Ted, hopefully he'll be in town, man, because we can continue this conversation. He won't be in there. But when he comes back, y'all understand, when Coach Ted is in the building, we will be talking about what's going on out here in the sports world. We'll be talking about what's going on out here in the finance world. We'll be talking about going on out here in the stocks. We'll be talking about what's going on out here in the African community business world. Do y'all hear what I said? The African American community business world. We're not worried about what's going on out here. Y'all see all that. Shout out to STLnews.com, man. They're my guys, man. They keep y'all up to date on the street shit. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to keep y'all up to date on what's going on to help y'all get together financially, help us build here, man. If y'all got any open office space, anybody with any open office space, man, y'all give me a holler at Hustle Different. I got a lot of guys with businesses that are looking for brick and mortar spots. Maybe we can work something out, figure it out, man. Like you said, let's get together. I showed y'all we had a brief conversation about the Black Wall Street. That's something else we're going to constantly talk about here because they got a new Black Wall Street. And what we're going to do is we're really going to see if we can make that happen right here in the St. Louis city, man. I know you hate it, Ted. I know y'all hate it, but that's the only way that we can make people understand what's going on until we show them something different and make a different term. That's what we're going to use right now. So shout out to y'all, man. See y'all next Sunday. Hustle Different, man. Holla.
Peace and love.
But yeah, but I really believe that he got too big to where now his mistakes